I was one of the lucky few that was able to check out the final test version for Age of Empires Mobile, and I honestly was intrigued to see what has developed, what has improved from the earlier versions that you guys have seen on the channel. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through the game as well as other aspects of just Age of Empires Mobile and give ourselves a good understanding of what this game has potentially come to offer for you guys to play on October 17th. And if you want to pre-register, just hit the link down below, support your boy out, MrSneakyy. And with that said, smash like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Instantly logging in for the very first time, you are always met with the graphics. And the thing is, with the graphics, you have to sell the game, because that is before anyone realistically plays the story, plays the game, and gets a real understanding of what Age of Empires Mobile is. And as you guys know from the earlier simulations we've played on the BlueStacks emulator from earlier models, it wasn't the greatest looking game. However, as you can see now, this has all changed, and I was honestly surprised. I was like, hot diggity damn, you know? Like, they've really done a good job of bringing back that nostalgic feel from the earlier Age of Empires titles that everyone knows from the PC gaming market, right? And they brought that into Age of Empires Mobile. The desert actually looks more like a desert now. We've got the troops that look so infinitely better when they're on the open field. Even the animations when it comes to movement on the battlefield looks so much better. The way all the skills trigger, again, just infinitely we can see a major upgrade, which is a big W for Age of Empires Mobile. So for anyone that was worried that this game looked kind of pale, bit bland looking, it has gotten better, a lot better since then. So that's a little bit of a maybe slap on your comments before, and even when I was thinking about it too before we made this video. But when we compare Age of Empires Mobile to other games in the market, you can clearly see the division and the direction it has gone to compared to the obviously competitors in there. So if you look at stuff like Rise of Kingdoms, Infinity Kingdoms, Call of Dragons, all of the gameplay you're going to see now from those games, you can clearly see that our direction is a lot more cartoony, a lot more vibrant. You can almost call it Disney or Fortnite-like, right? Where it's clearly trying to appeal to younger gamers, even though that game style of a 4X simulation game is a very mature base game. While we look at the Age of Empires Mobile game now, you can see it's gone for a more mature look. Everyone looks realism, right? Realistic, should we say, proportionate to what you could compare it to in Rise of Kingdoms or Call of Dragons. Same when it comes to the terrain, the way the terrain interacts in Age of Empires, allowing you to hide troops. It's just all of these different gameplay UI and graphics working together. It's just a major improvement. So obviously, I want to hear your thoughts down below if you prefer already how the game looks graphically compared to other games on the market. Following all of the gameplay and graphical parts, obviously the UI is a major part of the game. And honestly, they've polished it up. They have polished the UI up so much better that even navigating quickly between a building to another building has become so much more streamlined that I think players are just like, why is this not in other games, right? So a really good example of this is when you go to your houses, lumber buildings, like any building where there's a 4X of it, and even in your military buildings, you're able to click down on the very bottom, these little dots, or select an arrow on the military building, and you can switch between seamlessly all the different buildings. On top of this, as you can see, the UI does tell you the different levels. So if you're just leveling up one building, that's a little cheeky tip and trick for you in the video, you will be able to see which one that is. So you're not going to mess up, you're not going to waste any resources and speed ups on other buildings you are not necessarily going to need in the early game. On top of this, you can do this exact same UI tricks with your villagers. The villager system is honestly a really good throwback to when you played Age of Empires on the PC, because in that game, as a proper strategy building game, you're building your castle and obviously your military army, but you're using villagers to obviously go and gather, kill sheep and farm, do all these really cool tasks on the PC game. But on the mobile version, Age of Empires Mobile, you still have that familiar feel to it. So by using the villager system, you can see it in the very top corner, there is a total number. And by clicking on that, it will bring up the whole villager management system. And with that, you can easily allocate any of your resources, aka your villagers, to the node you want. So if you want to do really high wood production or gold production, you can allocate more villagers to that to increase that. And this is a really good in-depth system that you can use. On top of that, I just want to throw a little tip and trick on this UI as well. If you are wondering how to find or click on those berries or trees that can randomly be cut in your whole town hall area, guess what? You can change that. You can go into the village management system, and any of the trees or berries that you're able to actually gather, the UI showcases that. So you can just allocate those members to gather, which is an amazing little feature, and it saves you trying to find them all or scattered around in your town center. So already you can tell Age of Empires Mobile has really done step forwards, almost leaps forwards when it comes to improving the gameplay, right? Improving the user experience already when it comes to just graphically and the UI. And we're going to keep pushing on, right? We're going to keep pushing on. So what we're going to be talking about now is the events in Age of Empires Mobile, because obviously when it comes to that, a lot of the free-to-play players and just lower spenders in the community always wonder, right? Is there enough stuff to do? And I will tell you now, Age of Empires Mobile has that covered, right? If you're familiar with other games like Whiteout Survival, you will know of the Lighthouse feature. This is a little feature that is just on the side of the game, and you can do some extra, basically daily quests, and by doing so, you get a bunch of extra rewards. The cool thing is, in Age of Empires Mobile, they have adopted a very similar system with their scouting mechanic. In this game, you do not need to scout the map and obviously defog the map. So with your scouts, what you'll be using them for is to complete these daily missions. And these will give you, again, rewards on what type of mission you are doing, which obviously helps your account. And these are just separate. This is just a separate event thing that you can do in the game, which honestly helps free-to-players massively when it comes to getting rewards. On top of this, right, we've got the actual event area. So if you go to the event area, you can see there is already an absolute mammoth amount of events. And the way these actually work is really cool because there's some obviously easy events that just do stuff in the game, PvE events, and then obviously there's those events that you want to do, right? Roll, flip cards, and kind of like spend currency in the game to unlock really cool luxurious rewards. And in here, you're able to spend silver coins, and silver coins you honestly earn really easy in the game. I was kind of surprised for myself how easy I'm getting these coins from just basically participating in alliance events. And by doing stuff and just completing the game and just participating in the game, should we say, these coins you're going to be able to use to obviously spend in these wheel events or flip events, which is really good to get extras, right? On top of that, there's obviously more events going into the game. So this is like login daily events, weekend login events. If you just log in on the weekend, guess what? You're going to get some extra goodies. They are not afraid to give you stuff in Age of Empires Mobile, which is really, really good. On top of that, you guys know fishing. I absolutely love the fishing gameplay that was in the very first game video I did. But on top of this, they made it look better. Infinitely, it just looks better on screen graphically. But what's really, really good, they've added now an entire competition involved. So as an alliance, if you're in an alliance and you're doing this fishing event every day, you're going to get a high score, and you can place that high score against your other alliance members. And obviously this is completely free to play, and there's no pay to win advantage on this apart from how accurate you can catch those fishies. And I absolutely love this because you got to think, as a social like little event, this brings alliance members together and kind of creates that really fun competitive structure in the game. So I can't wait to start live streaming this because I know instantly when I start live streaming it, all of you guys are going to start absolutely berating me and just memeing on me because you're going to have a higher fishing score than I do when I play the game. So honestly, can't wait for it. and that just gives you a little glimpse into the event. So let's move on to more of the nitty gritty stuff that you really care about, which is going to be about heroes and legions in Age of Empires Mobile. When it comes to Age of Empires Mobile, obviously, summoning your heroes. This is what everyone wants to do. And what we're going to showcase is my first live reactions to some of these summons that I was able to do in the game. Because the one thing Age of Empires Mobile does, as I've said in the previous graphic area, is all of their models look for a more realistic approach. So they're not going for that cartoony Fortnite, Disney, over proportionate look that other games are doing. So if you are honestly wanting that more realism experience and nostalgic feel from their past titles, this is going to be more up your alley. So let's showcase some of my first reactions to these cinematics. Yo, who's this guy? Wait, is that Barker? Yo, is that Hannibal Barker? Hell yeah, dude. Bro, that took a second for me. Let it rewind. Rewind that again. Bro, pause. That look, when it's there, I'm like, who is this guy? I love the way it really keeps it mysterious. Love the entrance. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at the graphics as well. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh, Leo! It's Leo, boys! Let's go. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, so far, these cinematics are sick. Like, look how good that freeze frame was. Oh, hell yeah, bro. Gotta replay that one. He's literally like from 300. It is the 300. I swear to God, is that the 300 like scene? There's no way they just did that. Oh my God, so good. So now we have gone over those cinematics, and if you want to check out any cinematic that you summon from these different commanders, you're able to click this little button right down at the bottom corner here, and this is going to allow you to actually re-watch those cinematics, which is really cool. Also, while we're here, there is a bunch of different buttons you can see. This left one is a really good one for intro players. By clicking on it, it gives you the attribute overview, but then to the right of it also gives you recommended different options that you could run for your cavalry setup. So I really do like the user-friendly interface already when it comes to your UI for obviously your heroes in Age of Empires Mobile. Now, let's talk about the hero skills, the hero talents, and obviously how heroes work, because that's one thing a lot of people were asking questions about from the first videos, and obviously I've dived a lot more, so I've understood what we are capable of. So your heroes in this game have a star level. You're going to be able to upgrade these stars per pip. So it's going to be 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 8. And it kind of goes up, escalates all the way up. And I will make a full video showcasing the cost for you guys. But these stars are only increasing your main skill attribute. So you can see this secondary skill, which we'll go over, as well as your attribute boost. So this is increasing my attack and then my defense at 2nd and 4 stars. So when you look at the skill boost, the skill is actually increasing is your signature passive skill, what I would call. So this is your signature passive skill. You will not be able to change this in the game. And the reason why I'm kind of hinting that as a little spoiler, in Age of Empires Mobile, they kind of have a hybrid system that's similar to Era of Conquest and Rise of Kingdoms. So when you look at the first two skills, this is very similar to Rise of Kingdoms and Call of Dragons, where you have a rage cost so you can cast that ability on the open field. This cannot be changed because obviously this is kind of the signature move for your commander. Same with kind of the second ability. This is a special, very nuanced skill that is maybe tailored to lore on that hero, which is kind of cool for the game. But when you go to your skill 3 and skill 4, you can see you're able to actually change these skills. And this is where it becomes more like Era of Conquest. You're able to actually go to the more skill menu, and you're not actually flooded with a ton of different skill options, which will be a lot user-friendly for newer players coming into this genre. But you do get 6 options, as you can see, and these are interchangeable at any given point. And the cool thing about all of these will change how your march will perform. So you might go against another Guan Yu, but you might have the armor piercer and critical insight upgrade all onto your march. The cool thing is as well about when you customize these skills, you'll notice this is level 40 and level 30 at the very top of the screen. If I go to switch one of these, so if I switch the, weak spot attack to critical insight, you'll notice it's still level 40. I don't have to re-level up any of these abilities, right? I already have done the work by doing that in this section. And again, to upgrade it, it's really easy. You just press the simple button, and if you want to upgrade multiple ones at once, you can just hold and boom, max level. So that gives you a little bit of insight onto the skills, and it's going to be interesting when we go a little bit further when we talk about the legions in Age of Empires Mobile. But to finish off this section, to do with the heroes and kind of finish up this nice part, we're going to talk about the talents, because the talents is another interesting area. You're going to earn 51 talent points for your commander. You basically get 1 point at level 20, and then every 2 levels, you're going to get 1 point, meaning at max level 120, you get 51. Nice basic maths. But the way the talent system works is you have to, no matter what, guys, you need to spend a minimal requirement of points in a previous tree to unlock the next tree. And this works for all of the trees. So if you want to go all the way down to get to the bulwark, you're going to have to put points into each tree and meet that minimal requirements. But again, these trees can be tailored to what you want to do. You can see there's certain options I haven't done, which is increase hero siege, in case I wanted to use this as a siege commander when I go into cities. I haven't chosen to done that, right? I have picked more of a open field build, increasing more of my hero's damage and just overall damage for my commander. So it really does add up, right? The hero talents plus the fact that you can change these skills on one commander, and it really does change how they're going to work on the open field. And the reason why this really, really matters is when you go to make a legion. So if you go to the open field area, and we'll obviously look at how amazing, again, this game looks in real time here, you're going to be able to summon a march. So if you go and click on, you can see you can summon one of these marches, or you can multi-select like most games and summon them. But you'll notice all of my marches do run free legions. So if we go into one of these legions, let's go into the Guan Yu one, you'll notice a commander has 2 kind of preferred units maximum that it likes. So Guan Yu kind of being a little bit selfish, only likes cavalry, but you can see Harold loves cavalry and infantry, and then Cleopatra likes infantry as well as cavalry too. So you can see how we're able to mix and match different heroes, and by doing so and having 3 commander slots, you can create some crazy combinations. On top of that, you can see I have all 3 commanders in the slot, and you can see their special signature ability. You can see the commander skill of his troops 2nd and 3rd do not take in effect. So if you want this skill to be active, you just need to make sure you switch these guys around. So make sure you have them in the right order. So you can see you got an excellent rating. You can see how good you've done. Come out and you can see we've got the brand new active skill, right? So that's kind of how the legions work. And it's going to be really, again, interesting. You got to think when you are making your marches, because when you're having multiple marches out there and you've got all of these different, guys working together, you might have one march specifically for AoE damage. You might have one march specifically for buffing. You might have one march that's trying to stop the enemy from casting skills. So there's a load of different stuff you're able to do with the hero and legion customization, which I really wanted to kind of emphasize in this section. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this part, and we're going to move on to the next. However, one of the main reasons I personally want to play and tried out Age of Empires Mobile for the final trial was because of its iconic name. I honestly grew up playing Age of Empires 1, Age of Empires 2, waited for Age of Empires 3, and then obviously tried out all the different ones they brought out later on. And it's these type of like nostalgic moments that really makes you wonder, does Age of Empires Mobile live up to the hype? And honestly, when you've played those games, you will fall in love with Age of Empires Mobile. Because when you train troops in this game, guys, it has the exact same sound. There's just so much in this game that when you play it and look at even like the wonders in how Age of Empires 1, you could build a wonder to win the game. Well, in this, you can build wonders still as an alliance to generate massive buffs in that territorial area. So it's a really cool way of bringing back that nostalgic feel that Age of Empires had on PC, but bringing it into a new form for Age of Empires Mobile and clearly adapting to this game. So I honestly can't wait to play, and we're going to move on to, honestly, the civilizations, because you guys are probably wondering what civilizations you could be in Age of Empires. And at the moment, there's only 4 civilizations in the final trial, so just remember that. However, if you go around and you look around on YouTube and you do a little bit of research, you will find some Gamescom trailers. And on that Gamescom trailer, you will see future content that is being presented for the game. This includes a total of 8 civilizations, guys. Yes, 8 bad boys to pick from when you're going to be playing Age of Empires Mobile. On top of this, which I find really interesting compared to any other game, we've already kind of known about the real-time terrain, how you're able to hide in trees, right, and kind of disguise your troops. Well, they're bringing in real-time weather. Yes, you heard correctly. Real-time weather, meaning maybe when it's, you know, rainy and so on, you might have a movement speed debuff in certain areas of the map, right? Who knows what's going to be able to be accomplished with this, but it teases this so much in the Gamescom area. I honestly had to involve it in this video because it really does showcase the real depth and just ambition Age of Empires Mobile has for a mobile game for you guys to check out. Finish off the video. This is going to be a little bit off topic because it's going to be my experience with the Age of Empires Mobile team. I know it's a little bit weird because probably no one might mention this in their videos, but I'm not that scared. As you know, I've kind of made content in the past addressing other projects, but the development team, when it comes to Age of Empires Mobile, has been so good. They have given you full transparency, guys, what they want you to test when it comes to the trials, right? We're in the final trial product right now, and you might be thinking, oh, your account's going to be so stacked because you're going to have early access and you can spend on it. No, guys, it doesn't work like that. These final trial areas is basically a test server. They give us all full access to the game. So as many resources, as many XP bucks, summons we need so we can play, test the game properly for you guys. And honestly, to me, that is one of the biggest W's I have to give the Age of Empires mobile game and development team, because for me, being able to actually test this game properly and give really good feedback, and clearly they are listening to the community feedback and implementing and improving their game over time, it just makes me think I cannot wait to see when this goes live on October 17th. So is the game perfect? No, not at all, right? But is the game trash? Absolutely not. That is the main important fallback from this trial that I was able to participate in. What I think Age of Empires Mobile has done, honestly, really, really well, is the fact that it's taken some of the best mechanics out of all of the other games and made it its own. On top of this, when we look at the earlier models of Age of Empires Mobile compared to the final trial, you can see leaps and bounds on the progress on the UI updates, the graphic updates, and just how the game is played in general for you as a player. So do I think this game's going to be good? Yeah, I honestly do think it's going to be a really good game, and I do think there's going to be enough content for players to play, no matter if you're a spender or not a spender, and you're going to really enjoy Age of Empires Mobiles, because it really does try to tailor to every kind of player while maintaining that nostalgic Age of Empires 1 and 2 look, feel, and just downright personality, which I honestly love to see. So if you've enjoyed this video, guys, on Age of Empires Mobile, you know what to do. Smash a like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, the game comes out October 17th, and if you want to pre-register for the game and help your boy out, there's a link down in the description and pin comment below. Just click it and you can go straight to it and obviously download the game. So if you want to see more Age of Empires Mobile videos, hit the subscribe button. I am going to be doing a ton of videos, so be on the lookout for them. And until then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.